Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to tackle one of the biggest, most mind-bending questions out there. Why does our universe seem, well, perfect for us? All right, let's just dive right in with this cosmic puzzle. Think about the basic rules of our universe, right? The fundamental constants that govern absolutely everything. Well, it turns out they are balanced on this impossibly thin knife's edge. I mean, if you nudge them even a tiny bit in any direction, poof. The universe as we know it, especially a universe with life, just couldn't exist. And this is where it gets really wild. Just how precarious is this balance? Well, take the strong nuclear force. You can think of it as the cosmic glue that holds the core of atoms together. If you were to weaken it by just 5%, that's it. Protons and neutrons, they just wouldn't stick. The only element you'd get in the entire universe would be hydrogen. That means no stars, no complex elements, no planets, and yeah, definitely no us. And if you thought that was crazy, check out these odds. We're talking about the cosmological constant here, basically the energy of empty space itself. The number is tuned to a precision that is, honestly, it's just impossible to wrap your head around. It's a 1 with 120 zeros after it. If that number were just a little bit bigger, its anti-gravity push would have been so powerful, it would have ripped the early universe to shreds before a single galaxy could even start to form. Insane, right? So you see, these are just two examples. There are dozens of these so-called cosmic coincidences. The whole phenomenon has a name, the fine-tuning of the universe. And when you see all this evidence piled up, it just forces you to ask this really, really big question. So, why? Why do we live in this universe, the one that seems tailor-made for life? Is it just some crazy lucky break, or is there something more going on? Well, this whole observation, this idea that our existence seems to be written into the very laws of the cosmos, it actually has a name. Yeah, this strange link between the universe's rules and us, the people observing it, was given a formal name way back in 1973. A physicist named Brandon Carter called it the Anthropic Principle. Okay, but here's the crucial thing to get. The Anthropic Principle? It isn't really an answer. Think of it more like a rule for how to think about the problem. It's pointing out a massive selection bias. What does that mean? It means the very fact that we're here, asking the question, limits the kind of universe we could possibly find ourselves in. We couldn't observe a universe that didn't allow for observers, could we? So, okay, how do we explain this fine-tuning then? Well, the first big idea on the table is something called the weak anthropic principle. And believe it or not, it leads us straight to a pretty wild concept, the multiverse. At its core, it's just a statement of logic. It basically says, well, of course we see a universe that's perfect for life. Why? Simple. If the universe wasn't perfect for life, we wouldn't be here to see it. It's like a fish doesn't sit around wondering, wow, how come there's water? It's in water because it can't exist anywhere else. For us, this life-friendly universe is our water. And that line of thinking leads you almost inevitably to this incredible, mind-blowing idea of the multiverse. The theory goes like this. What if there are trillions upon trillions of other universes out there, pocket universes, and each one has totally different random physical laws? Well, if that's the case, then it's not surprising at all that one of them would happen to have the right combination for life to pop up. We didn't get special treatment. We just won the cosmic lottery. But that's not the only game in town. There's another version of this principle, one that's way more controversial and maybe even more profound. It takes this whole idea in a totally different direction. This one's called the Strong Anthropic Principle, or SAP, and it makes a much, much bolder claim. It completely flips the script. Instead of saying we're here because the universe is friendly to life, it suggests the universe is friendly to life so that we can be here. It implies that the emergence of observers, of consciousness, isn't just some lucky accident. It's a fundamental requirement of the cosmos itself. It had to happen. Now, this idea really struck a chord with some scientists. The famous astronomer Fred Hoyle, for instance, he was the one who figured out the incredibly precise physics needed to cook up carbon inside stars, the very backbone of life. And after he did the math, he said his common sense interpretation was that a super intelligent has monkeyed with physics. He felt the universe just looked like a put-up job. The numbers were just too perfect to be a simple coincidence. So where does that leave us? Well, it sets up this huge cosmic debate, a real showdown between these powerful but completely different ways of explaining why our universe seems so special. All right, let's break down the three main players in this debate. You've got the multiverse. It's a neat, natural explanation. But the huge problem is, it's untestable. We can't peek into other universes. Then you've got the designer idea. This suggests the fine-tuning was intentional. It's an appealing idea for many, but it's not really science because you can't prove it with an experiment. And finally, there's the dream of a theory of everything. This would be one ultimate law of physics that shows the constants aren't tuned at all. They simply have to be what they are. It's the only way the universe could be. The only problem? Yeah, we haven't found it yet. So you can see why we're kind of at a stalemate, right? We're at this incredible crossroads, scientifically and philosophically. Every single one of these explanations is powerful and appealing in its own way. But each one also has a major weakness, whether it's being untestable, requiring a leap of faith, or just being an incomplete idea we haven't figured out yet. So you might be thinking, okay, this is fascinating, but why does any of this matter to me? What's the point of all this cosmic head-scratching? Well, it matters because it's about the biggest question of all. What is our place in the cosmos? The Anthropic Principle shows us this deep, unavoidable link between the huge, impersonal laws of the universe and, well, us, our own consciousness. It really forces us to look in the mirror and confront the limits of what we know and what science itself can even tell us right now. So in the end, no, the Anthropic Principle does not give us an easy answer. But what it does, and what's so powerful about it, is that it leaves us with the question. Are we a 1 in a trillion lucky accident floating in a meaningless multiverse, or is our existence somehow woven into the very fabric of reality, an intended outcome of a cosmic blueprint? We don't know. The answer is still out there.